Okay, if you spend any time messing around online, you probably come across a soundboard or two, right? I mean, soundboards have been around for quite a few years, and really nothing more than, say, simple flash animations or applications that have a series of buttons in them with a bunch of audio clips. So in this, say, example right here, right, we have Napoleon Dynamite. It's probably one of the more popular soundboards out there. And it's just a series of clips, one-liners from the movie. So each of these text boxes is its own little button. So if I click one,
you guys having a killer time?
I think so. But they're fun. I mean, there's a bunch of great ones out there around The Simpsons and Homer, and Austin Powers is great. But anyway, so as much fun as these are to listen to and to play with and to create, they actually offer a really creative way to incorporate voices in our e-learning courses. So when you think about, the experts and the SMEs who provide, so much of the content and the experience and expertise in our courses, it provides a kind of a fun and somewhat different way for incorporating their voices into our course. So in this case is a compliance soundboard. Another example I just made up of a corkboard with some other people and voices, and then a leadership one. But the idea is, and if you notice, right, they're kind of disorganized. They're not as neat as the rest of the content, and that actually lends a little bit of visual interest to them, right? So in this case with the Napoleon Dynamite, it's messy. It's you don't know where to go, but it's kind of brings you in like that because it's a non-linear interaction. So let's go ahead and actually look at the soundboard we'll create. So here's an example of a demo course that we're just putting together just to showcase some different techniques. But it's based around a tire changing course, for an automotive tire changing. So the idea is you'll click each of these technicians, and you get some best practices, right? So you can keep clicking through them. We actually changed the buttons a little bit to get some visual feedback. So another option you have for it. So let's go ahead and actually create this file. So if I bring open PowerPoint, have a starting PowerPoint file here, a single slide, and I want to bring in some characters. So I already have these characters already set up, and I'm going to go ahead and just align them on my slide. Okay, now that they're aligned, I'm going to go ahead and just click the Outline tab right here, and I'm going to go ahead and name the slide Home. And you can see that it put Home right down here. And I really don't want this on the slide, but I do want the name because I'm going to be able to, I want to go back and use that for hyperlinking later on. So I'm just going to drag that off the slide, come back over here, and I'm going to go ahead and create a new slide. And then I'm going to copy this slide, Control-C, and I'm going to paste it in 7 more times. So I have a total of 10 slides. I'm going to come over here to the outline, and I'm going to go ahead and just name each of these Tip 1, Tip 2, and Tip 9. Okay, so I've named all my slides. Next thing I want to do, let me just move this one up again. Next thing I want to do now is select this first one, and I'm going to hyperlink each of these characters to an appropriate slide. So this first one will go to slide 2 to Tip 2, this next one will go to Tip 3, and so on. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to select hyperlink, and I want to send it to Tip 1. I'm going to go ahead and continue for the remaining characters. Okay, now that that's completed, I'm going to go ahead and select all of these characters, drag a selection, maybe shift click them, click Control-C, and I'm going to go ahead and paste them, now that they're all hyperlinked, to the remaining slides. And slide 10. Okay, now we have hyperlinked all of the characters, we've placed them on their slides, and we've even given them the outline name. Next thing we want to do is import our audio for slides 2 through 10. So I'm going to click the Articulate tab and click Import Audio. Brings open my import audio window. I'm going to click this second slide because that's where I want it to begin. I'll click Browse. I'm going to select all 9 of my audio files. Click Open. I'm going to confirm the order. It looks very good. Click OK, and click OK one more time. Now the only thing left is to adjust the navigation so that each of these slides moves to the next slide by the user and not automatically. And then we also want to hide slides 2 through 10 so they don't display in the outline panel. So I'm going to click the Articulate tab and Slide Properties. Okay, so let's go ahead and change the advance. So I'm just going to right click on the column, change it to user, that's all down. And I'm going to click this first one and shift click the last, right click and choose Hide in Navigation Panel, and click OK. And that's all there is to it. If you want to provide the visual feedback, you can click each character once, double click it, and change the recolor for it if you want. But at this point, I'm going to go ahead and just click Articulate and Publish. And here's our soundboard. So it's a really great way to provide a creative sort of break in your flow by allowing some of your experts in your organization to provide the best practices and kind of modeling after the soundboard effect.